feeling you're telling me what I want to hear.
I got bad news, really bad news. I didn't see it coming, but I got rejected after 10 seconds.
To say I'm confused is an understatement. Why does Netflix always have to have that jerk on TV? Why? Why do they have to have that guy that people can't stand? The guy that you know for a fact is not there for the right reasons, and yet they keep showing him. We've had Batiste, we've had Andrew, we've had Shaq, and now in the season of Love is Blind, we have Sam. I don't get it. I really don't know why Nicole can't see through him the same way that Jasmine did. And it's infuriating for me. It's infuriating that we only have one black female. And sadly, she's saddled with the silly nonsense storyline with this guy who is not there for the right reasons. Oh my god, I'm about to explode. Anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love is Blind UK Season 1 Episode 2. I don't even know why we needed the cliffhanger, really. I don't even know why we needed the cliffhanger for Sabrina and Steven, because at the end of the day, all we heard was her say yes. Nothing substantial. I would have preferred more. Maybe for her to make him a promise, to say, I want to accept this ring on the understanding that this is what you want from a relationship and this is where you see the relationship going, and I want to commit that I see that vision and I'm saying yes to that vision. And at least, because they have a large elephant in the room between the two of them, which is the fact that he wants children, she is on the fence, and it seems more likely that she is falling towards the sort of I don't want children sort of lane. So I think this is something, as I said in my last review, they should have addressed, and they should have reached an understanding before jumping to say, let's say I do. But hey, who am I to speak? Anyway, moving on, we have Nicole. Nicole is in a conundrum, in my opinion. I think she is better off going with Benaya than she is with Sam. Sam is there for the followers, and that's it. Sam is too superficial. Sam has got no substance. He is saying everything she wants to hear. He is flirty, he is jokey, he's trying to make her giddy because he wants to be chosen. He's a pick-me. I've never really understood that pick-me phrase, but this is how he's coming across. He will say and do anything in order for her to pick him, and this will be her biggest regret if she does pick him. I think Benaya comes with more substance. I think Benaya comes across as someone who's more caring, empathetic. I know she was talking about the dreads and he was sort of questioning. I hope she made him understand. I think when she said dreads, hopefully he didn't sort of question his ethnicity. That's just my opinion. But I think she just means one of those hippie guys who's got dreads and old chains and stuff. And so hopefully he's more understanding in that lane. But I really like Nicole with Benaya than I do with Sam, because Sam, I think, is just there for the followers. That's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to stick to it. Next, we meet Maria. She's a makeup artist. She's from Southampton. She's of Moroccan descent and she is Muslim. And I think this is where the problem lies, and I'm happy that she led with that, because a lot of people are sort of based or stuck in these stereotypes that someone might start to question, what does she mean by that? And I'm happy that she told him that, in my faith, we are not normally sort of encouraged to go on dates, but this is what I want to do, and my family are happy for me to do it, and this is where I'm going to stick. I like the fact that she connected very well with Tom. Tom is 38. He's a PR and advertising consultant. He was brought up in a single parent household where he was raised by his mom. His dad one day decided to up and leave. And so, they came back from holiday and found him gone. I like that they were able to open up their wounds and their baggage. I like the fact that she told him about her dad who was diagnosed with cancer, went to Morocco to say goodbye to the family, and sadly they reached the lockdown during COVID and he wasn't able to leave and he passed away in Morocco. So the fact that she opened up that sort of deep pain for him to see, and he opened up his deep pain of abandonment, was amazing for me. It was amazing because this allows them to sort of understand each other at their lowest points, and hopefully will allow them, if they continue on this journey, to sort of fully understand where the other person is coming from, on what baggage they carry, and both of them will go to therapy and sort of build and become stronger for it. Because I think the only thing that might put Tom off is the fact that she said she's Muslim. And I think this is why he was saying Natasha, who's 32 and she's a care coordinator, and he said, oh, I think you would get along very well with my friends. And I think that's because he's now questioning the stereotypes in his head of what Moroccan Muslim women look like, or how they behave, and how his friends and family might be able to accept her. But I think if I were to choose for him, hands down, I would go with Maria, hands down. Am I the only one who's noticed a theme? It seems to be a theme, especially on Love is Blind, whereby people will have two connections. One is an emotional, spiritual connection, and then the other one is sort of like a romantic sexual attraction. What I mean is they just see themselves with this person and doing the nasty, and that's it, nothing else. That's the impression that I get, because it doesn't make sense to me. You have Freddie go on a date with Catherine, and they're having this really in-depth conversation whereby they're talking about the fact that he's already mentioned that his brother has Down syndrome, and because his brother has Down syndrome, if anything were to happen to his mum, he knows that automatically he will have to assume responsibility for his brother. That's a given. So for him, he's sort of thinking of he told her that I want whoever I'm with to understand that there is a possibility that I might have to take responsibility for my brother. If anything happens to my mom, I need to be there. And given the fact that Kat said, she has worked with people with, learning disabilities or Down syndrome, that she teaches to swim, this is a given that she would understand that and should appreciate that. But then I don't understand her need to constantly be going to Ollie, because Ollie ain't it for her. Ollie ain't it. He's not it for the girl that is with Demi. He's not it for her. And so I think she's more physically attracted to Ollie, and they had their date after her date with Freddie, and they were just talking about, what do you do on a night out, and she mentioned that she goes to this club, and he knows the type of people that go to that club, so he was put off by it, I think, because he suddenly said to her, you have people you're talking to, I have other people that I'm talking to. I don't want us to shut those people down at the moment. I still want us to keep getting to know them. And it's like, he's already got a picture of you, love. He's already got a picture of you. You should have stayed with Freddie. Yeah, he's a funeral director. Yeah, his life might sound a bit boring, but that's where you're appreciated, and that's where you deserve to stay. So Catherine then goes to the women's lounge and she's complaining, oh, I don't like the comments he made when I told him that I go to this club. He sort of, stereotyped me, and it's like, what do you think, buddy? What do you think? That should tell you enough that you're not the type of woman that is after, and you should keep it moving. There's no need to grumble or moan or whatever, because on the other side you have Ollie telling the guys that, I have two connections, one where my heart is being pulled to, and the other one on paper looks good, but it ain't it. It's like a house where everything is there but it doesn't feel like a home. And it's like, well, maybe the two of you should move on to somebody else. It's interesting that Sabrina and Stephen were the first reveal. It's interesting because they have the largest elephant in the room in regards to the fact that one wants children, the other one doesn't. And so for them to be the first reveal, what does that mean? Because normally the first reveal is the couple that is drama free and is the couple that is most likely to work. We've seen that in most of the seasons, bar the season, when was it? Season 2, because Daniela and Nicole are divorced. So were they able to overcome that issue and the producers just didn't show us? Or is this going to be a bone of contention throughout the relationship? It doesn't make sense. I loved their reveal. It was very sweet. It was very endearing. The fact that they were both impressed with the person that they had accepted or they had proposed to was amazing because that's what you want. I love the fact that Sabrina actually said, it's not about my type, even though I imagine him having a bald head, because my type hasn't worked for me, which is the truth. I always preach this, that you cannot come on a dating show and then start talking about your type, because your type has failed you in the real world. This is why you've ended up on a dating show. So you have to be open to the idea of matching with someone who is outside of what you would normally go for. So the fact that they really liked each other, they were very sweet, they were very cute. He re-proposed, and I loved that. I felt that was endearing. And then we have Jasmine go on a date. She first goes on a date with Bobby. Well, before she goes on a date, she has a conversation with Nicole. I didn't know that the two of them had both shortlisted Sam, which is interesting to say the least. So she goes on a date with Bobby, the luxury cruise guy. What do I think? I don't think it's it for her. I think she needs stability. So for me, I don't get why Jasmine is sort of going for this guy unless she's looking for a project, someone she can sort of fix to be the type of guy that she's after. I don't get it. She then goes on a date with Sam and they have a conversation and she expresses her concerns. So this is something I mentioned in episode 1 review, in the sense that Sam keeps telling the ladies what he wants them to hear. And so the fact that Jasmine was able to see through it, she's a mental health nurse, so she's going to be able to see through some of these mental, games that people try to play. And she told him the truth, that I have a feeling you're telling me what you feel I want to hear, and you're not being honest. And so I don't know whether, this is it for me. And for him to say, well, I'm being honest, I don't know what else you want me to say. It's like, no, he's not. He is looking for someone to fall into his trap. He's looking for whoever will say yes to him. At the end of the day, he wants to be on the show, that's it. I don't think he has any emotional attachment to anyone. And so for her to call him out and for him to say, I don't know what you want me to say. No, tell her the truth. Reassure her. Don't be sort of making it seem like she's Dulali and she's just bringing things out of her backside. I don't get it. So Tom goes on a date with Tash. What do I think? I think Natasha is the idea of the woman that he thinks he should be with. He says they align on a lot of things, but emotionally, I don't think they're there. And so I don't get what he really likes about her personally, apart from the fact that they seem to come from the same backgrounds. They do have a couple of things in common, and so he thinks the transition will be easier between the two of them. And for me, I don't think so. I think, yes, Maria, yes, she's Moroccan descent, yes, she's Muslim, but with emotional attachment, he's more emotionally attached to Maria than he is to Tasha. And he even claims that's how he feels, that at the end of the day, emotionally, he's attached to Maria more than he is to Tasha. So if I were him, if I were choosing for him, I would rather go with Maria. I know there is the unknown, but find your peace. Find someone who makes you feel things that you've never felt before, instead of just going with someone just because you think they are going to be accepted by everybody else easier than the person that you really like. You have the ladies in the ladies' lounge. Now you have Tasha talking about Tom and how she feels about Tom, and it's like, here is the territorial aspect of Love is Blind again. People begin to sort of become very obsessive about the people they're dating, and they forget that you're still in an experiment. There's still no titles. There's no fiance, there's no boyfriend, there's no girlfriend. It's just you trying to weed out the weeds and keep the nice grass. So for you to start claiming ownership on someone doesn't make sense. Allow him to claim you before you claim him. Anyway, Jasmine goes on a date with Bobby, and they are talking. Obviously, Bobby comes from a single parent household. There are a lot of people from single parent households, it seems. They do talk about his upbringing and the fact that, he had family members he had to look up to, and sadly, while he was away at work, his mom phoned him and told him that they had passed away. And I love the fact that, she was able to sort of tap into her mental health nurse side and sort of be compassionate, empathetic, and understanding, and allow him the freedom to sort of express himself. And I hope that is not what she's becoming attached to. I hope it's not a sort of a nurse and a patient attachment that she's getting, and it's actually because she's emotionally invested in him. Because as I've said before, Of the guys that she's dating, I don't like either one of Jasmine's guys. Sadly, I don't like her shortlist. She has made the decision to drop Sam. Do I agree? Hooray! Bobby's the better of two evils, in my opinion. Maybe it's because of his edit, or maybe it's because of the quiet confidence, as she said, he has. I can't wait to see him come out of his shell and see more of him, because at the moment, nothing about him stands out. Nothing about him makes me think, oh wow, Bobby's an amazing guy. He would make an amazing husband for someone. He's too subtle and he's too quiet. So I hope, if nothing else, he comes out of his shell and becomes the man that Jasmine needs. Kudos to Jasmine for seeing the crap that was Sam and sort of deciding not to go any further with him. So it's Ollie's birthday, and so, they get him a cake. One thing Netflix is going to do is they're going to show that they feed their people. Just because after the scandal from season 2 where the cast were complaining that they were not fed, they were not this, that, and the other, Netflix has made it a point to actually show that they actually do give these people food. So they, show the guys celebrating Ollie's birthday, singing happy birthday, everybody's happy. And you have Demi sort of drawing a card for him. She's making her own card for him, which reminds me of the Zach and Bliss situation where Bliss made a cake she made muffins, I think, for Zach, and Irina ate the first lot of eggs and she had to get more eggs. So this was cute that she did all this, but then surprisingly, Catherine didn't do anything for him. So by the time he went on his first date was with Demi. There were balloons everywhere. She brought him a crystal. She bought him a muffin. So that was amazing. That was amazing. A cupcake, sorry, for those that don't know what a muffin is. And he seemed really happy and ecstatic. And he had actually told the guys that he feels like one of his connections is stronger than the other one. And so he felt Demi was it for him. And this birthday situation, I think, just confirmed it for him. So he was going to break up. That's the impression that I got. He was going to break up with Catherine. His next date was with Catherine, and Catherine decided, oh, I'm going to be the bigger person and just leave you to sort of carry on with Demi. And it's like, no, she knew he was about to break up with her. She knew it. And she didn't want the embarrassment of being broken up with on international TV. So this is why she decided to break up with him. Because all her conversations with Freddie have not led me to believe that she saw a future with him. All her sexual attention and attraction has been sort of been put on Ollie. And so for her to suddenly say, I've decided to be nah. And he took it very well and he just said, okay, let's keep it moving. And it's like, oh, this is bad. It wasn't as bad as when Sam was broken up with by Jasmine, but the fact that she was I don't get why Catherine felt like sort of playing up this character of not giving a damn and deciding to go with somebody else who she felt was better for her. No, she didn't like the idea of rejection. And this is why she decided to reject Ollie before Ollie rejected her. I hope Ollie is going to be the man that Demi needs. I hope he doesn't decide to see, Catherine and then think, oh, maybe I should have gone a Catherine or whatever situation. I do not want to see a Jared and what was her name? I've even forgotten her name situation. Neither do I want to see a Baptiste and Raven situation. They've moved on. Let them move on to the next one. So you have Bobby go on a date with Jasmine and he recites this. I don't know whether it was a poem or whether he was rapping. It didn't quite make sense to me. Maybe it made sense to somebody else, but to me, it didn't make sense. She seemed to love it. He proposed to her and she accepted. Do I think he's the right guy for her? No. Do I think he's the better of the two evils? Yes. Because Sam is not there for the right reasons. So her accepting his proposal, it's now up to her and him what they decide to do on decision day. At the end of the day, they remind me of Mallory and what's his name, Salvador. That's the couple they remind me of. I feel like I don't see a future for that connection. I think we might need to see a lot more of them in order for me to understand them. But at the end of the day, I don't feel there's anything substantial that will lead me to say yes. They'll say yes on final vows on decision day. So we'll see what happens for that. You then have, Bobby go and tell the guys he's ecstatic. And Sam is there and Sam is not happy because Sam really liked Jasmine. And sadly, Jasmine dumping him didn't sit well with him, let alone for a guy who he sees as less than him, getting her to say yes to his proposal. He was moaning and groaning because obviously he threw a tantrum after she broke up with him and was laying on the floor and was saying, "Is it me? Am I the problem?" And it's like, "Yes, it is. You're not being genuine." So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. When they have the mixer, they're going to meet up and there's going to be drama between Jasmine and Sam. I can foresee that. Anyway, the guys are in the sort of guy area. They're sort of guys lounge. They're just having conversations. And you can see that Benaya is uncomfortable. He is uncomfortable because the problem is with Nicole. I think Nicole, because she's already had a failed marriage, I see why she has a failed marriage in the sense that she has rose-colored tinted glasses on and she's not willing to actually open her eyes and see things for what they are because she's questioning Benaya, saying, "Oh, I don't think he's ready for marriage. I don't think this, that, and the other." And it's like, but he's more genuine and authentic than Sam, who's giving you catalog answers. He's telling you what you want to hear. On their date, he brought her a bracelet that he said was his good luck bracelet. And it's like, well, if that's your good luck bracelet, why didn't it save you from Jasmine breaking up with you? Why didn't it save you from that? I think he's looking for ways of being on TV, so he'll do and say anything, as I've said before, to convince the girl to say he needs to be on TV. So Nicole seems to eat all this up and it's like, what are you not seeing? Why didn't Jasmine have a conversation with her and tell her that this guy's not it? I don't get it. Is it the producers who are pushing for this? Or did the producers tell Jasmine, don't tell Nicole why you're breaking up with Sam? Do they really want him on TV that much? Anyway, you have Stephen have a conversation with Benaya because Benaya is like, I really like Nicole. I feel responsible for her and I don't think Sam is here for the right reasons. And it's like, even a blind man can tell you that Sam is not here for the right reasons. I don't know who would believe that he's here for the right reasons. Anyway, Stephen encourages him to tell the truth to Nicole and tell her about Sam. And it's like, this is a double-edged sword. I wish she didn't feel the need to tell her. I wish she had taken the bliss road of just saying, "I wish you all the best. I hope things work out." And then he had gone home and left her with Sam. And then whatever happens, happens. What's meant to be will be. Because I think, irregardless of the difference in their ethnic groups, I think Benaya and Nicole actually get along way better and they're more compatible. They have a lot of things in common. They are more spiritually aligned. And she acknowledges this. So I don't know why she continues to entertain Sam, because personally for me, Sam ain't it. Sam ain't there for the right reason. Sam is giving me Baptiste, he's giving me Shaq, he's giving me vibes of Andrew, he's giving me vibes of all the guys who've gone on TV just to be on TV. So I really hope for her sake that this works out the way she wants it to be, because it would be heartbreaking for her to be the next AD from Netflix, because AD was on TV just to be on TV. And I don't want Nicole to be saddled with that, because she looks very innocent and very naive. And you don't want, people like Sam to turn her away from love. So I hope she's somehow able to wake up before the day she says her vows and she's able to turn it around and go back to Benaya, because I think he's a better match for her. I think they'll be able to understand each other and compromise and actually build a successful relationship. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, I digress. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 1. Bye guys.